And this is my wedding makeup day look. I'm so happy with how it turned out. You know when you haven't worn makeup for a long time, sometimes it can feel weird. If you guys want to see how I did this look, then keep watching. Please focus. Hi everyone. My first YouTube video I thought had to be my bridal look. I've got on my bridal dress that I got ready in the morning and my robe, which I haven't actually worn since my wedding day. And I was like, please fit me. I thought my debut, let's say, back to YouTube should be my wedding makeup look because why not? So, I haven't done a full glamour me in ages. It's gonna be a bit weird. Let's do this. I wish I had this for the day of my wedding because this would have been divine. So before I do anything, I'm gonna gua sha my face to sculpt me. De Alba First Serum Spray. You just want something that's like, just a bit of a serum so it can glide. Let's hope it's fully charged. This is like really good for like dark circles. If you like wake up with a puffy face, this is great. So it's got the cold satin, which I'm gonna do first, and then it's got a really warm satin. So if you are a 2026 bride, get this because I would really recommend it because I've been loving it. You can see my skin. Around my wedding, I did not have a spotlight. My skin was so good. And now it's not in the best condition, but I did stop having facials after the wedding. So I feel like that probably contributed to it. It has cleared up because I feel like over Christmas and I'm just having more sugar, like I really noticed. I think one of the biggest things why my skin was so good is I wasn't really having much sugar before the wedding. I was like so strict and my skin just went amazing. In an ideal world, I would have done my brows and they would have been perfect. Haven't had my brows done for like over a month, so we're working with caterpillars right now. Because I have quite a dark, like dense brow anyways, I don't like to do too much. So I'm taking the Kosas Brow Pop and I'm just starting here. Before my wedding I had Botox. It was scary. I had it before we went for my hen at the end of May because I was like, I want it to settle before the wedding. I didn't want to be frozen, but I wanted it to be like, you know, set but still showing emotion. So I've been going to Natalie for years. My sister actually does my Botox now, but I was having like a full face rejuvenation with Natalie and I was like, you know what, I might as well just do my Botox here. She was like, do you want a brow lift? I don't know why I said yes, because my brows naturally have a very high arch and I don't like that I have a high arch. Like I always feel like I would look better with it just flatter. Anyways, I was like, yeah, give me a brow lift. Oh my god, right, it was like day 2 of Cannes, my brow started lifting. Like I looked terrifying. Like we were in the vineyard one of the days and the girls were like, get your pictures, get your pictures. I looked so scary. Girls, what the hell's going to my brow? And my sister, she is a doctor, so she does like Botox and everything, and I was like, you are gonna have to drop my brow, because I was getting legally married the day after we were coming back from Cannes, and I was like, I can't get married like this, like my wedding pictures will be absolutely ruined. I was fully, because like when I pose, see, you can see it naturally lifts. When I was like posing, it was, I'm not joking, it was like this. Anyway, long story short, my sister dropped my brow for me. It was still, I feel like even now I haven't had any Botox and my brows still like move a lot. I mean, to be fair, I feel like no one else will notice it, only myself, but I feel like I have a scary brow. So I'm just like lightly flicking through. That was like my brow drama. It's hilarious. I came back from Cannes and Mag was like, Sophie, what the hell have you done? Brides, this was the mask that I used on my wedding day. If I can focus. It is the best mask. Like, your skin will be so tight. If I'm your makeup artist, I will bring this for you, but if I'm not your makeup artist, you need to get a 1-1 skin mask. The black diamond one is just my fave. Mag had sent like a letter in for me on the morning of the wedding. I actually did the illuminating eye masks as well while I was doing my makeup, but I don't have any left. I'm just going to use the road ones. Mag had sent me a letter in, and he was like, play this song when you read the letter. And I had this mask on. I looked absolutely terrifying. Everyone was watching me, like, as in, like, my bridesmaids and Nathaniel, my hairstylist, my mum, and I was like crying, but the mask was like peeling off, and you could just see me going lifting the mask back up. And then I always just brush through the product because I don't want any excess sitting. My brow gel, I have used this since 2000, since I worked for them. I used to work for Benefit. Benefit was actually my first ever makeup job. I swear by this brow gel. I just need a brow gel that's gonna stay. It's not gonna go like white or tacky, and I always go back to this one. It's my absolute fave. So just like a light coating through my brows. So I just carved out my brow. My wedding day was the best day of my life. Like, if there's one thing that I would say to my brides is, like, one, have a schedule. I like a schedule. Everyone be on time. I just blend it out with this Mario brush. I feel like I was such a relaxed bride. Like, I did my mum's makeup in the morning. My sister, I wasn't meant to do her makeup because she was like, no, don't do my makeup. But I wanted her to feel really confident as well. And she was helping me so much on the wedding day, like, just everything. She was helping Mag, like, she was running to his room, running to my room, and I was like, you know what, I've got like an hour now that I could just do your makeup in. Let's just do it. I know that you're confident for the day. So I ended up doing my sister's makeup, and then I did my mum's makeup as well, and it was just lovely. Like, and then I did my makeup, and I feel like I was just so relaxed throughout that it was just, I feel like the getting ready part, like, I love doing my own makeup, so I'm glad I didn't have anyone else do it, because I think that was like the time that I actually most relaxed. And you're like, I think it got to the end of the year in December, and I was like, how am I gonna top that year? Like, it was genuine. I think because I had a goal 3 years ago to, like, I was a lot bigger. I hated going to the gym. I didn't have much confidence. And part of the reason why, like, I stopped creating videos is that I hated the size of my face was huge. Like, let's not lie. My face was absolutely huge. Like, at the time, I feel like I just didn't see it on myself. And everyone, I think I just saw myself as, like, curvy. But I knew, like, deep down, I was not confident at all. Like, so, and I think it made me feel worse creating content, because I was just like, oh, I just hated how I looked, which is just horrible. So that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing it, because I was like, you're not enjoying this. So now that I feel like I literally went on that fitness journey, which was just the best thing I'd ever done, fell in love with, like, fitness. That 6-month countdown, I just feel like I became myself. Like, I just came out of my shell. I was more confident. Like, it really was, like, the best year of my life, in terms of, like, am I gonna cry? God, stop. But genuine, I think I've never, like, I feel like everyone always thinks I was like this really confident person when I just wasn't. So to have last year where I genuinely felt like comfortable in my own skin, it was just amazing. So now I feel like I'm in a place where I can come back to YouTube, and wish I'd have, like, started all this sooner, but I do feel like now is the right time. So yeah, we're here. So I always start my eye, and I started my eye with my Hoola Light. I feel like I've used this shade for years, but it just gives me, like, the best base. So also this brush, Makeup by Mario brushes, I invested, like, I bought so many this year, and they are just amazing. And I'm just buffing the Hoola Light all over my lid, and then I start to, like, pull it out. So I like my eye to look super lifted, so I kind of concentrate a lot of the product on this natural high bone, and then pull it in. So when it comes to my makeup, I have a terrible habit of just creating the same look of myself again and again, but it's genuinely just what I'm comfortable with. I feel like on the wedding day I did do a little bit more, like, in terms of shades, I was like, no, I can't just do like literally Makeup by Mario one shade all over and done. So I did create like a little bit more depth than what I usually have, but it was like to a point where I was like comfortable. Like I didn't want to look like someone else. Like I wanted to still feel like me. So I kept it quite neutral on the eye, I would say, like not too much. I don't like really heavy eye makeup anyway, like even when I create it on other people. Shades, these two shades are just the best shades, and I'm kind of building up the dimension on the outer part of my eye and then pulling it in as well. Okay, that's done. Oh, my sister's calling.
Hello, love.
Hello, love, you're right.
Yeah. I've had my oxygen, I got my happy energy.
I'm drinking my oxyshred. Oh, we always just do these accents. I'm vlogging right now. Say hi.
Oh my god, hi everyone.
The first time I ever did my trial, my sister said it wasn't the one, even though I really liked fuming.
Yeah.
I was like, well, what's wrong? Because that's how I'm going to look on the wedding day. Love you, babe. I'm not going too dark. I'm going in with this shade. So I'm focusing it on the outer part here. Just like mid. This is such a gorgeous palette. It's just nudes. This is the Natasha Denona. I can't speak. This is the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I just made that up. It's not the Glam palette, it's the Golden palette. On my wedding day, I was like debating doing a shimmer, and when I first did like my own trial on myself, I put a shimmer, but it just wasn't me. And my dress was like a lace, and I just felt like keep it clean, keep it classy. So I didn't do too much. I'm gonna go in with a shade Sandstone. It's actually a better mirror. And again, just from the lash line up towards this area, so you can kind of see like I'm like, if you would focus. So yeah, and then I always just go in back with the Mario brush that has like the first two shades in, just to like blend everything together. So just keeping it like that. When I do clients, I always kind of like cut the lid, like not cut it, like I'm not talking 2016 cut crease, but I always like to like clean the lid. Whereas for me, because I have such a big eye space, I don't really like to do that on myself. So I just take these neutral shades from that Mario palette and I kind of just stamp on the actual lid, like the majority of the product. And then I also take it into this, what is it? What kind of bone is that? I don't know. Anyway, I take it into this bit and it just lightens up the space, and then always just blend it back in again. Like that. I am such a hoarder. The other day, I actually binned all my brushes that I first ever started makeup with. I've kept everything. I am the biggest hoarder. And I literally had this bag full. It was honestly, it was like there was 3 bags in one big bag, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Like there's literally no space in this room. I was like, I just need to get rid of stuff, and it pains me to do that, but I feel like it's got to a point now where I'm just like, I have to do it. I'm never going to use them, so let's just thingy. Anyway, I found this brush in there and I was like, I will keep you. I'm not hoarding everything, but I will take you. This is from my Kitco. I really like it. Again, I just always blend over like that, just to make sure there's like no harsh lines. So the Huda Beauty Quick and Easy Precision Liquid Liner in shade Black. Shake well before use. Eyeliner. Could go one or two ways. I was shaking doing this on my wedding day because I was like, please go nice for God's sake. So I don't like my liner all the way through. I only like it halfway. So I start on my lash line. So my biggest tip when you're doing liner, if you're like a beginner, do it with eyeshadow, because eyeshadow liner always looks really nice. Oh my gosh, it's really inky. So the direction that I've done my eyeshadow, I want to keep it lifted. So I kind of follow the direction that I've already created using shadow. And I just go from the corner. And then I just join. Keep it quite thin. That'll do. Oh god. I always have to take breaks when I do liner. Breaks to breathe. Look, I'm doing the light on my glass. Even when I do it on other people, I'm like with my shaky hands today. That'll do. In with the Mario Black. Just to add a bit more like depth to it. I don't necessarily want like I didn't want like a smoky lash line, but just to like add a bit more depth to it, I just did this. Well, on the wedding day, I'm pretty sure I used this Charlotte Tilbury mascara. This is actually, I'd say, my favourite mascara of 2025, the UK Lash Tubing Mascara. But it wasn't out on my wedding day, so I used the Charlotte Tilbury. I think my lashes were just a bit like all over bent because I've been itching my eyes constantly, so I feel like I'll kind of mess them up a little bit. I feel like mascaras are very subjective though. Like, I feel like I've seen mascaras that do absolutely wonders for some people's eyes, and then for mine I'm like, no, that didn't work. So I feel like there's so many good mascaras out there. Just find one that's like works the best for you. My eyes. Now, I saved these lashes from Tatti Lashes for a year. It was the Khloe Kardashian collab, and they were like my favourite lashes, and I was like, they stopped doing them, and I was like, I'm gonna have to like keep this lash and not touch it until the wedding day. So I kept this lash box, but in the lead up I was using the, I hadn't actually used them on myself. I've used, look, the Au Natural lash, and I only used 10mm on myself. Long story short, and I go to pull them out the box and I literally break them, and I was like, it's fine, you know what, wasn't meant to be. And I actually didn't stress because I was like, you know what, that wasn't meant to be, like, let's just go with these lashes. And I actually loved how these looked. Try and show you guys. So I just did 3 clusters. I only used the 10. It comes in sizes 8, 10 and 12 on that side, so I'm just gonna match it up now and do 3 here. So they're just so easy to do as well. I feel like these are like the best ones to do on yourself. So that is gonna, and that is, I'd say, that's the lashes done. Like that, I feel like they open up my eyes. I don't want too much, and they look natural, and they genuinely did not move. So yeah, that's my lashes done. And now we're gonna go on to my skin. So like I said, I already prepped it with the sheet mask. I did the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Toner before. So for my skin prep, I didn't do too much because I don't want to keep layering serums in case it risks like my foundation peeling. So I actually kept it really, really simple. So I used the Clarins Double Serum because I use this every day. This is like my 4th, this might be my 5th bottle, and I'm running low. It's just amazing. So I used one of this. The biggest thing I'd say was leaving your skin prep like have time. Like, so I literally would do like a layer of this and then just wait, because I was like, I've got all time in the world. The biggest thing is, if you've got the time on the wedding, is to like prep your skin in like slow stages, just so like things have time to like soak into your skin. Oh, this is just my favourite serum. On the wedding day I used the Augustinus eye cream. Do this and just making sure everything is like soaking in. I've tried honestly so many eye creams on the market. I do really like this one, but for the cost of it, don't know if I would buy again. This eye cream, this is really nice. This is the Tata Harper Age Defense eye cream. But you know what I always go back to, and it's so affordable, it's the Kiehl's avocado eye cream, because it's just the go-to of eye creams. Like, I'm 30 now, so I now start using more like anti-aging eye products. I feel like you just need hydration under your eyes, and the Kiehl's avocado eye cream is the best. Oh my god, the day before my wedding I forgot my colour corrector, and I was like, I cannot get married without colour corrector. And my sister and Siobhan, my friend, my best friend, we were on our way to like our dinner the day before, and they were running to Sephora, and they were like late to the dinner just so they could get me it. So I treated my skin to the La Mer moisturising cream. Just love this moisturiser. But yeah, you just need something that's like really hydrating, really like soaks into the skin. You don't need to spend loads and loads of money, but so just letting that sit in, and always dragging it down to your neck as well. We got married at 5:30, so the sun was like kind of setting, so I actually skipped out SPF, but I used this Silk Canvas, the liquid Silk Canvas primer from Tatcha, but I only used it here, just here on my cheeks, and then a bit on my forehead, just to smooth those edges, and then on my forehead. And then yeah, you want to leave it soak in. So I'm just going to give myself 5 minutes before I do anything, just to make sure every product that I've used has had time to melt in and it's not going to peel off or interact with my foundation. Okay, so I've had 5 minutes for everything to soak in, and now I'm going to go on to my foundation. So my wedding foundation was my Dior Forever Skin Perfect stick. I absolutely adore this foundation, like it's just so good. I wish I could have like every shade in my kit, because this would be my #1 choice. I wore shade 3N. It's not giving 3N right now, but we're gonna make it work because I don't like to be any lighter. But before I do that, obviously thankfully, I didn't have any like blemishes around the wedding, but just gonna go in with this Natasha Denona concealer, and then I'm just blending it out put it on my hand. I think we can make that shade work. That's absolutely fine. My summer shade is my shade all year round. I don't care if my hands are white, it will have to do. And I just started to like press it into my skin. My other foundation that I absolutely love is the Victoria Beckham, but I still think I would have gone for this one because I only started using the Victoria Beckham like October, November maybe, not that long. And then I don't love a heavy forehead. Like the majority of my product goes like on my cheeks. I'm gonna pull it all down just so we match. And then I just do whatever's kind of left on the brush. This is the House Labs foundation brush. Love it. Love it. Makeup is your brushes. Like the product, yes, but the tools you use are equally just as important. And I've actually stopped using a beauty blender because I feel like these are that good, like I don't need to go in with a beauty blender. So I'm out of my beauty blender era. Sorry, but my #1 thing always is I've always got a lip tint on, and it's always Huda Beauty. Look at myself without it. Taking my time to really like press the product in. I'm not rushing this process at all. And as well, I don't like that much product on my nose. Don't like heavy nose, like I just think it's unnecessary. So I just put whatever's like kind of left on my nose. So I just do a dot. I feel like the Huda Beauty one and the Kosas ones are my top two, but equally love the both, but this is the one that I used on my wedding day. I'm just blending it in with this Mario concealer brush. This is my Dior Forever. I'm like on my last legs with this concealer. I'm going on my nose. Have to do a full beat. And you know what? It just photographs really well. Like I know this makeup, like my husband was like, I just love when you wear natural makeup, and I'm like, I don't. Thanks, but no. I just love like a full glam. I know it photographs really well. So I was going full beat for my wedding. And then I do some on my chin. And then a little bit on my forehead, just a bit of light. Absolutely adore this shade, like such a nice contour shade. It just goes straight from the top of the ear down. I don't like to go like too far down. And then I do some here. I love a chin contour, like I just love to make my face look always on the lip, always, always, always. And then on the top of the forehead. And I do underneath. And I'm going down my nose and then up towards my brow. By Mario F4, it's actually rubbed off. I've had it for so long. But it just blends everything so easily. And again, same pattern, I'm just pressing the product in. See how easy it blends, it's like the best. And the same on the other side. Which are the same. Blend the rest of my face. Then I always go in with my foundation brush. There isn't anything on this brush, but it's just going over everything, pressing it in. And then on the chin too. Same thing, just pressing the concealer in. And then just when it comes to like this area, just be very careful. You don't want to go into that eyeshadow you've done. Obviously day-to-day glam, like I'm not using two concealer, so I'm just going in with Fawn, just here. This is a really good brush for like this part because it's like angled and it just sits into your skin, like it just molds with your eyes or whatever, your skin. I don't know. First, I think because of my skin tone, I like to like neutralize with a peach shade and then I'll add a pink. Like I don't think I would ever go in with a pink straight away. It's always peach and then pink. On my hand, so that's the shade. Oh, it's just so nice. It's like a pinky peach shade, but it's like the most perfect shade. And the formula of these, I'm like really in love with Victoria Beckham products. They're just so good. I start my blush on the top of my cheekbone and then I pull it into, like, got the product on the brush evenly dispersed and I'm just pressing in. You can see properly. Like that. And then I'm going to go in with one more shade and it's Rose Crush from Makeup by Mario. It's one of my fave area. But I'm keeping this more like on the outer part. And then I always go back in with my concealer brush just to like make sure that my concealer's like blending in. And now it is time to set. Setting is so vital to like the makeup lasting, the makeup not creasing. So for the wedding day I used my Huda Beauty powder. It's in the shade Cherry Peach. Okay, so then going in with shade 1 and I'm just lightly. And because I've got like natural fine lines under my eyes, when I say this process has to be so quick for me, like we're not messing about, we're not having the concealer have time to like breathe. Very lightly pressing this in, like this. And I always do it here as well. I'm just setting this side of my face predominantly. So I'm just lightly setting the rest of this side of my face. So we're going matte. So I'm going now in with the, still with the same side, in with the Huda Beauty powder. And I'm just very lightly dusting under the eyes. So underneath here. So I'm just nice and snatched. And then whatever the excess, I'm just pressing. Just like that. With shade 2 and I'm just lightly dusting. That's done. She has been with me for years. Like, one thing about me is if I find a good product, I don't care how old it is, I will use it for years and years and years. And this Hoola Original, like, you cannot beat this shade for contouring. Like, it's the most perfect contour shade. It's not too cool. It's the original shade. Just a very light contour. Very lightly going over there just to like add a bit more depth to my contour. And then on my forehead. and I go underneath, taking those first 2 shades, and I'm just very lightly. I'm going to go back in with some bronzer. For my bronzer, I use this Dior bronzer in shade Tan. So this is actually the contour sticks, but they're way too warm to be contour, but I do really like it as a bronzer. So I'm just using like the smallest amount on my hand. I feel like using creams once I've set my skin just gives my skin like a bit more life again. Like it's very easy to blend. Dust this away now. I'm gonna keep it on my nose for like a bit longer. I always do that just to like extra snatch it. Okay, so now I'm gonna do some powder blush, and I'm just pressing. I'm not done, but I'm nearly done. So I'm gonna like do a midway set. I'm gonna not that much left. This is a really nice setting mist. I always like to do this midway set just to like help melt the powders in. And then I'm going to go on to my highlight in a corner just to brighten my eyes and give me that pop. Oh, there, just to like lift my nose. I'm just going in, making sure it's blending there. I go back in with a bit more blush, so I'm going back in with VB, and then I just kind of staple over that highlight because I want it to blend. I don't want it to just be like a line, so I just do a tiny bit. I cannot find my wedding day lip liner. It's basically from this brand, Base Camp Beauty, which is an Australian brand. So I actually mixed 2 shades. I used this one, which is Signature Deep, and Signature. I'd say Signature is a bit like a deeper spice. That I'm actually distraught because that's like one of my favourite lip liners. How could I be so irresponsible? It's a bit dark to start, but you know what? We're working with it. I must have bought like 7 lip combos, and every time I'm like, wedding lip combo, and I just went back to the same original one. This is shade 300 Nude Style. Yeah, I'd say this is really similar to it too. Huh? Okay, so I'm going in with that one. Be funny with my lips, like I don't like a lot of product on them apart from lip liner, but like on this actual bit, it gives me the ick, like having actual products. I need like something light, or it just, I can't vibe with it. JK Magic from Charlotte Tilbury. It's such a nice like nude, and I literally just dab that. I didn't do gloss because I didn't think it was fair to my husband to be like kissing him and him having gloss. Not the one, like, let's be considerate of our partners and do a matte lip. So I'm just blending that, and that was my lip combo. Then my under eyes, I actually did a nude eyeliner. I have big eyes. I don't want like it to be like if I use something really white, I'm gonna look scary. So I found, again, I absolutely love Vicky B, but in my waterline, but just on the outer part. I didn't take it all the way in. Going in with your eyeliner at the end. Bone. Just to like smoke it a bit more. I feel like that with the nude eyeliner in your waterline just looks so nice. So for my freckles, I used Chestnut from MAC. I just warmed the product up again on my hand first, and I go in over this, I don't know what it is. It's like a I've never used to have it, and now I have it. It's like a raised red thing, so I just go over that. I feel like freckles on your nose just make your nose look skinnier. I don't know why, but I smile when I do my freckles. I feel like I'm like seeing like how big my nose goes when I smile, and then like kind of contouring with my freckles accordingly. My makeup on my wedding day did not move. I didn't need to powder. I didn't need to do anything apart from my lip when a bit crusty, but that's a given when it's like, it was the hottest day of the whole week on the wedding day, because I think we got married at like 5. It wasn't that bad, but yeah, I didn't need to touch my skin at all. So I set my skin with the One Size. The L'Oreal one is like a dupe for it. So just set with that. It smells like hairspray. Also went in with the Charlotte Tilbury setting mist. And then my final finishing touch, I know there's been a lot of steps, but is this Chanel balm. It's in the shade Translucent, so it's just like a little balm like that, but it basically adds glowiness back into your skin. Just to my finger like this, back on my cheekbones. I'm just applying that tiny bit, and then I feel like it doesn't look like as matte, looks more glowy. Okay, done. I'm gonna put my wedding earrings in, why not? Why not? Let's do my wedding earrings. These are from Louise Jean. It was, again, everything I loved for the wedding was from Australia, which was just so annoying. My parents bought me these for the wedding as like my wedding gift, and I absolutely love them. They're like little diamonds, and then the mother of pearl. Stunning. So this was my wedding day makeup look recreation. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys learned something new. And if you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe so I can do more of these. Fingers crossed to 2026, doing a lot more. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you again soon.